Segmentation, and we will be talking about the basics of microsegmentation. Why do we need it, and what was the security gaps which was filled by the solution called Akamai Guardicore Micro-Segmentation. So we'll be talking about that, and along with that, we'll be having a quick overview of the dashboard. And later on, we will be having some sort of questions. If you have any questions, query regarding any of the features, or you have any doubts, you can ask me during the session. I'll try to answer your questions. Okay, so I'll be sharing my screen and I'll be presenting one of the diagram, and after that, I'll be, continuing from there. So yeah, let me know once you are able to see my screen.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Yeah, okay. Just a moment. Sorry, I was already prepared, but somehow I'm not able to open the page. Okay, here it is. So first of all, let's talk about the architecture, how we are, using the legacy firewall as of now, and what was our traffic flow, what are the security gaps which is being filled by the micro segmentation. So earlier, as you see, most of the organization, this was the basic architecture. We were having the users, servers, and the primary firewall, and the outside world, which we can call it like internet. So here, all the traffic from the server, or from the users, or anyone from the internet who is accessing these servers, the publicly allowed servers, was every rule or every policy was configured on the primary firewall. So we were having all the configuration, all the policy rules, threat prevention, threat extraction, antivirus, anti-bot, whatever blades we have enabled on the firewall, we were doing the inspection on the primary. But when we are in today's world, when we talk about the zero trust and the modern security architects, so we miss the whole, like there are servers, there is no security between the servers. So if anyone is able to breach my firewall on any of the port, and he is able to access one of the server, he is freely able to move into the network. So there is no limitation in order to block the access within these servers. So everything between these servers was allowed, and there was no limitation, no visibility from this point. So the attacker was able to the attacker was able to literally free to move into the servers, and whatever he wants, he was able to do it. So once the micro segmentation has been introduced, the term and the focused area was east-west traffic. So when we talk about east to west traffic, the server to server communication, or you can call it like application to application server communication, we are not doing anything until that micro segmentation has introduced. So now once the micro segmentation is there in the place, so we are deploying our solution it, bit, to inspect the traffic between these servers. So we are deploying Guardicore inside these between these. So Guardicore has micro-segmentation solution, which has agent based, agentless, and there are few other flavors we'll be talking about in detail. But this was the basic what we was missing and what we are focusing while the Guardicore has been come, or the Illumio or the other micro segmentation vendors has offer. Any questions so far? Okay, I think there is no question, so I'll be moving ahead. Now let's talk about who is talking about the micro segmentation and why it is so important. So if you see this particular screenshot, we have 43% interested in implementing zero trust, and only 26% have already implemented zero trust, but 63% are still the one who is not onto the micro segmentation. And the firewall which we talked about, the parameter firewall, that is not basically sufficient in order to stop the lateral movement within the organization or within the servers. So now we talked about what were the gaps and what Guardicore offers. So Guardicore is basically a micro-segmentation tool, as I mentioned. It gives you the centralized management, and we have a Centra, which is responsible for the UI task. Like everything is centralized. We can see it everything from one single console, and we have distributed enforcement. So we have agent-based solution, and every agent has a different policy. We can configure the policy inside the Centra and push it to the agent. It is very simple to deploy. It's a three-tier architecture: Centra, aggregator, and the uh, agents. And it's very simple, as it's a centralized solution, and we have one console from where we are doing the configuration. So in that way, it's very simple to manage, and it's very effective. I mean, in terms of the stopping the lateral movement, it's very effective for the organization, and it's very useful as well. So, to why we are doing the micro segmentation? What are we trying to achieve? One thing I have mentioned, that we are stopping the lateral movement by allowing the legitimate traffic between servers. So what how we are doing it? Let's discuss this into this slide. If there are different kinds of segmentation, we'll be talking about in detail if we choose to opt this course. So here is the environment segmentation. Guys, let me know if I'm going too fast, or my voice is not audible for you, or it's hard to understand. Let me know.
Yeah, it's fine.
It'll be good for
Okay.
us. Thank you.
Okay. So when we talk about environment segmentation, let's say in an organization, we have DMZ, we have production, we have UAT, and we have development. So inside these environment, we have multiple servers, which is talking, when we are talking inside the DMZ, the servers to server communication is flowing, and we are not limiting any of the traffic to move inside the DMZ. But when I talk DMG to UAT, there should be some sort of ports which should be allowed. It's not that DMG to UAT any on any port is allowed. No. So we will be first getting the flow, what is going on here in this environment, and second we will be again deploying the agent onto these servers and getting the visibility of the traffic, and later on we can create the rules what should be allowed between these environment and not. S- so let's say if the attacker is able to access this machine, and he is try to literally move into the network, he won't be, because we have a policy. We have allowed only a certain ports, not to you know um, uh, allow everything what attackers wants. And later on in Guardicore itself, we have a lateral movement or the at a ransomware stop solution that is basically a detection. So if customer choose to opt the deception server, so then the connection from the attacker will be redirected to the deception server, and the attacker won't be able to see that whether he is actually targeting the machine or is he is talking to the honeypot. Then we have a application ring fencing where we are checking which application are there. So application ring fencing. Then we have we can third party access control. So this is all we'll be achieving while installing the Guardicore agent onto the servers. So now let's move to the Guardicore and what we have in Guardicore, what components it has, and how does the basic architecture works. Maruf, can you please share your screen and access the Centra?
Okay.
Yeah, go to the UI. Okay. Meanwhile, you access the UI. I am just going to share my screen
Okay.
for 2 minutes, and I'll show you. Okay, so this is basically, let me just zoom in a bit. Okay. So this is the basically a Guardicore. Here we have deployed the Guardicore, and these are the servers or the environment where I can deploy or the Guardicore agent. I can install Guardicore agent in the cloud instance, so I will be having the visibility what's going on inside the cloud. I can install on bare metals. So there is a different mechanism how do we do install the agent onto the bare metals, virtual machines, containers, endpoints, and the devices. So this is basically all the different kind of flavors or hybrid I can call it. Then all the traffic which is passing from these to another network will be displayed in the Guardicore centralized console, and from there I can get the visibility, I can segment the applications, and then the breach detection. So now this is something what I'll be achieving while I have deployed the agents onto the servers. Maruf, have you accessed the UI?
Okay. Almost it's logging in.
Okay. Okay, until the services come up, I'll explain the
Okay.
architecture. Let me just try to open the Guardicore architecture and then I'll share my screen.
Is my screen visible?
No, not yet.
Okay, I thought you were sharing your screen. This one.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Yes, can see now.
Yeah.
Log in. Go to the aggregator.
Okay, I have the a diagram from which I can show you the architecture. Let me know once you are able to see my screen. Okay. Are you guys able to see my screen?
No.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Yes,
Yeah.
now it's
Okay. So basically, this is our main architecture of Guardicore. We have in the cloud management, and I can deploy it on premises. It's basically a requirement from one depends on the customer choice. If they want to go with the on-premises deployment hosted in their data center, or if they want to go with the SaaS-based implementation. So we have management in the cloud and deception in the cloud. And based on this, I will be having a UI FQDN for the management in order to access or in order to get the UI and I can do the policy configuration. Then I have the aggregators. Aggregators will mostly or more likely will be deployed in the customer environment. If I am choosing management in the cloud, I could have the aggregators in the on premises. That is totally up to me. Most of customers use this approach to basically have the aggregator on premises and the management in the cloud. But there are some customers who choose management inside their database, inside their data center, and as well as the aggregators. So we have management, we have aggregator. The connection between these two will be on the 443. So all the communication which aggregator is, all the data which aggregator is sending to the management will on be 443. And then we have the agents. So agent could be on virtual machine, VMwares, bare metals, public cloud, and containers. So we have Guardicore agents that could be deployed in any of the flavor which I have shown in this image. So it's basically a Guardicore architecture, a three tier architecture, management, aggregator for aggregation, and the agent is basically to enforce the policy which it has received from the management. So this is basically what Guardicore architecture is. And all the communication from agent to aggregator will be on 443, and aggregator to management will be on 443. So now let's now move to the UI, and we'll see some of the Guardicore features, and we will be seeing the dashboard. Maruf, now you can share your
Yeah.
screen.
Okay. Give me some time, please.
Mhm. So this is how we access our Guardicore management. We have to mention the IP address, but it's if you want to go with the FQDN, there are configuration. You can do it later on, and then you can access this but Centra on your browser. And there are CLI as well. So if we have some issues, we are facing some kind of issues in the UI, we have Centra uh, SSH or Centra CLI. From there, we can troubleshoot the issues. So here in Maruf's lab, he has Ubuntu VMware servers in the left side. If you see in the left side, Ubuntu VMware. Then on top of that, there is a Guardicore aggregator. And on top of all, we have management. So it's a chain from agent to aggregator and aggregator to the Centra. This is how we are following. Can you click on dashboard?
Okay, it's coming up. Still early.
When did you deploy this lab? Maybe the license has been expired. Okay, okay. This is enough for us, I think. Yeah. So here,
You want to take
yeah.
over?
Sorry.
Do you want to request control?
I think let me request for the control,
Okay.
but I don't think inside the VM I will be able to access.
Yes.
I'll be asking you to move to the next page.
Okay.
Yeah. So on the dashboard, we have the overview what's going on inside my network. On top of now all, we have top application EW, which is basically the east to west traffic, and that is for this particular solution has been built. And on the other side, we have top flow, and we have some agents that in our organization, how many assets I have, and on those how many agents I have installed. So you can see it that as well. And the one you see in the red, this is basically the most important on the dashboard. Here we can see the aggregator status, whether my aggregators are up and not, and agent status. If any of the agent is having any flag, error flag, I can see it from here, and from clicking on that, I can go to that page. or if there is any problem in the integration, so I can integrate it to the Guardicore to the orchestration. I can integrate it to the syslog and sim solution. So this is basically about the dashboard. Then we have reveal. Reveal is basically the most important in order to get the visibility, in order to ring fence the traffic between application to application or environment to environment. In Guardicore, Guardicore learns the traffic once we install the agent on any of the server. So we install the agent, we get networks, network logs. Click on not on the network logs, reveal map if we have any. Yeah, saved map. So Guardicore learns the traffic, and based on the traffic learning, it creates a map. So when we have a map, we can see the graph, like the traffic flowing this application to this application on which port and the direction of the connection. Can you go to create new map? Unfiltered, yeah, that is fine. Give a name. Last, not last one. It's like last 30 days. Give any test one.
Should I give any time or anyone you want?
30 days.
As it is.
Because I don't think that we have a traffic. Click on create. It's in queue. Okay, empty. Here in this environment we do not have traffic, but I have shown you in my slide. It's something like everything which is going on inside the organization till the process level. We have the visibility, and once I have the visibility, I know which server is communicating to which one. Then its Guardicore has a capability to generate the rules based on the template. It has AI based templates which I can choose for ring fence the application. By selecting the template, we don't have to do much work. We have to just validate the rules which has been created by the AI based template. So that is about the reveal map, and that is most important. Unfortunately, we were not having any data in the lab. I would have shown you otherwise. Then we have a tab called Enforce. Inside the Enforce, we have projects, rules, revision, and users. So these functions we have inside the Enforce column, and in inventory. And we have next one is inventory. Inside the inventory, I have the asset list. Asset, there could be two two way to learn the asset. One is integrating the orchestration with the Guardicore, and I will be getting all the VMware details inside my asset screen. So how many VM virtual machines I have inside my organization, what is the status of those, IP address, name, tab, labels, all those things I'll be getting here inside the asset screen. Once I install the agent on any of the virtual machine, I'll be getting that agent inside the agent screen. Can you go to the agent screen? Yeah, the servers which has Guardicore agent will be displayed on this agent screen page. So from here you can check the Guardicore agent has four modules basically. One is detection, one is deception, reveal, and enforcement. Every module has its working functionality, and it has having a work to do. So we'll be talking about that in the detail about each modules and what is the responsibility of each module. And then based on these modules, the agent will function. So if the module is in the reveal mode, we will be getting the data. If it is in the enforcement mode, we will be blocking the traffic or allowing the traffic based on the policy which we have been created. And in the protect, inside the protect tab, no, yeah, here we have the incident. So if I have some incident inside my organization, some traffic which has to be go in a certain way and it's not going, or it's breaching the policy which we have been created, so you will see some incident which will be having a full detailed overview on how to remediate it, or we can acknowledge it. And detection, or in detector, Guardicore has some other capability as well to detect the network scan and the flows, so that you is up to you. Basically you can enable those things and choose what to detect and what to not. And in the setting, we have some configuration items related to configuration, and the other is aggregator and collectors. So once we click on the aggregator, from here we can check the aggregator status. As of now, it's in the error state. We later on we can troubleshoot the issue, and from here we can do the additional configuration. If we click on this aggregator and go to the configuration, there are many parameters which I can play with. So those will be as I mentioned, will be in detail once we have the classes. And deception server, which we talk about, if there is any lateral movement inside the organization and anything which is suspicious inside the organization will be redirected to the deception server, or you can call it like honeypot. So there are different flavors of the virtual machines like Windows, Ubuntu, and so on. So and though the travel connection will be redirected to those machines based on the nature of the connection, and a full pkf file will be generated so that you can see what this attacker has done and which process it has accessed. So those things you can check it in the description. Then we have some integration as well, orchestration integration, and then we have the deployment. If we have some deployment, and then the data export to syslog or email integration. So those basically are some integrations which will be I think you must be familiar with. But this was about the Guardicore UI. And as I mentioned, the detailed version of each tab, or the detailed version of lab, and how to do it, what the functionality work, and how do we achieve the full micro-segmentation capabilities will be in the classes. So I think this was an overview from my side on the micro-segmentation. And if you guys have any questions, I will be answering those questions.
Thank you, Jangit. Please, if you have any questions concerning this technology, please go ahead.
And me also, I'll be sharing the one or two reports with you. I'll be sharing it with Maruf, and he can share it with you regarding the macro segmentation. Those reports will have a customer or who has opted the macro segmentation, or a detailed version like what happened to their network and how they move to the macro segmentation. Yes, Maruf.
Okay, I have a question. Thank you.
Yeah.
My question is, you said you can deploy it as a agent-based or agentless, right? So if it's agentless, how do you enforce the policy? Is that is going to be automatically or?
No, so in the agentless, Guardicore is basically not fully enforcing the policy. it is giving you the visibility. It's working as a L4. So we are not enforcing policy on the agentless as of till date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Any other questions? Guys, feel free to ask any questions. We are having this open discussion. Don't worry.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Instructor.
Yeah.
My name is Kabir.
Yes, Kabir.
Yeah, according to you, you said this is zero trust.
Yeah.
I have an issue with that statement because when Palo Alto was being deployed, then they said, oh, it's very effective. It's like zero trust too. I hope there is no loopholes from this Guardicore in such a way that in the nearest future, another vendors will come up with another firewalls.
So I think let me answer it in that way. So we are not replacing the parametric firewall. So whatever you have deployed, whether it's Palo Alto or Checkpoint on, to monitor your or to limit your not to not waste traffic, we are only focused inside internal traffic. We are more focused about the internal traffic because most of the organization was not having the visibility what is inside their organization. And if there was any firewall in between, so they are not fully uh, capable to leverage the zero trust. So here in Guardicore, we are deploying the agents, and that those are giving us the visibility, creating a map, visualized map for us. And based on that map, I'm deploying the zero trust policies, which port is basically required for the communication. To answer your question, the Palo Alto is being working on different kind of traffic, and we are monitoring or we are deploying the solution to the east-west traffic.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
So another question, do you have like a certification for Guardicore?
Yes, Guardicore has a certification for the one who has completed the training. But as we are doing this open source training, we won't be able to have the certification. But yes, if you do complete the course, you have understanding, you deploy the labs, completed GCSA material. Guardicore has GCSA and GCSE, those two certification they have. But as of now, I I know that though they are, giving those certification, who is the partner of there, and they are doing the training from the partner portal. So they are conducting the exam for those. I'm yet to confirm with them that if someone is doing their training by some of the institution or from the open platform, how they are giving the certification to them and what are the charges they are asking.
Thank you.
Any other question before he leaves?
So another question, I got another question. So if you wanna advise to a client, you have software as a service and you have it on premium. Which one do
On-premise.
you which one
Yeah, I prefer
do you prefer to?
deploy. So if you are someone who don't want to work on CLI and who is only, who is someone that wants to work on application ring fencing, and let's say I have a requirement and I say I have to deploy a macro segmentation, but wanted to do it in a very short time, I would suggest go with cloud, because cloud, what Akamai will do, they will deploy a Centra inside their network, inside their cloud, and they will ask you to deploy Guardicore aggregator in your data center. And once the Guardicore aggregator is deployed, you are ready to install the agents. And it's not that the agent, once we install the agent will start blocking the traffic. No, until we move the agent to the blocking mode, then till then it will work only in the monitoring mode. So if you choose the cloud solution, in the cloud solution you only need to manage the UI. So you need to install the agents, you need to do the ring fencing and rest all the troubleshooting part. If any service is down or any error is coming, or you are not able to access any of the Guardicore service, Guardicore will be responsible for all the tasks. So you will be having 24/7 Centra up. So that is for the one who wanted to go with you know in a very less time, and they don't want to manage it from the CLI point of view. But if the customer is very picky and they are saying that no, I don't want my data to move into the cloud, and I don't want cloud solution, I want everything hosted inside my data center. So for those, we would suggest to go with the on premises. There they need to and they need to manage the CLI, and they need to manage everything by their own. If there will be some issues based on the subscription, they can raise the ticket to the Akamai. Yeah.
So you just have to know the difference, I mean, the benefits of software as a service and on-prem. So before you can advise your customer.
Sorry, Maruf, this was for me?
No, not for you.
Okay.
Any question? So anybody that's interested should please contact me after the class. So there are other things that will add to the class aside Guardicore. So if you're interested, contact me so I can compile the list. So, and I will inform the instructor when the class will start. How class will start. All that things.
Okay.
And you can do your own research, like you can search about the micro-segmentation, zero trust, and the stuff which all the people are talking about. So you definitely can go ahead and check. And then later on you can take up the decision how and how much important this is. And every finance organization is moving to the micro segmentation. They are choosing, most likely they are choosing the Guardicore one, and there are some who's choosing to the Lumio as well. But the organization, the finance organization, or the OT organization, or the pharma organization, medicine, who's into the medicine, so they are moving to the Guardicore. I think we are good, Maruf.
Yes, we are good. Okay.
Thank
So
you guys for having me for 1 hour.
Thank
It
you so
was
much.
yeah,
Thank you, sir.
nice
Thank you
discussion.
too.
Thank you. Bye bye.
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 All right. Thank you.
So